Thank you very much, Adam, for inviting me to speak. And thank you very much to everyone in the audience for taking the time to listen to me today. Now, I've made a few assumptions about you as I prepared this talk. You're interested in engineering and leadership. You're looking for ways to improve life for you and your team. You're preparing to take the next step in your career journey. And you're considering a team leadership role as that next step. So tonight, you'd like to hear more from folks that have done this before, so you can understand what leading a team involves and how you can make that transition. So now, who am I and how can I help you understand what that transition looks like? So my name's Carl. I'm the VP of Engineering at HomeStars. Over the last 25 years, I've been a member of many successful software development teams. 17 years there were in a leadership capacity of some kind. My experience extends across several different industries like PR, channel incentives, home services, several different company stages such as startups, scale-ups, enterprise organizations, and different types of teams as well, product development, product delivery, service, and support. Now, in that time, I've also had the opportunity and the benefit to help many people make that transition to engineering management. And through all this experience, I have a few observations that I hope will be helpful to you as you make the transition to leading a team. Now, if this slide doesn't date me, this next image here will. Imagine for a moment that we're sitting together, for a usual one-on-one. We've been working together for a while now, long enough that together we've delivered some features to improve conversion rates on our site. We've closed several critical security vulnerabilities. Working together, we've helped redesign the code so that features are created with fewer problems, much more predictably. You've had some great success. You're looking for advice on how to take that next step in your career. So now I lean back in my chair, take a sip of my drink, and we start to review how you're doing against 3 critical pillars. So, as an individual contributor, people are often focused on doing the things that they can do to help the team accomplish the most important things on a regular basis. How do we ship valuable software that makes life better for our end users? In that capacity, you've owned the outcome of your work, including technical testing, performance plans. You have a reputation for consistently delivering running tested features and having drama-free launches. Now, during that time, you recognize that continuous learning is critical. We want everyone to improve their skills and to develop new ones. The types of topics you've learned about in their time together may have been new programming language, new design patterns, different testing techniques. You may have learned more about our domain, why the work that we're doing is important to the people who use our software. And after working on the team for a couple of years, you're amazed at the things that you know today that you didn't know when you started. Then there's teaching. Everyone has things that they know that other folks on the team don't. You've taken the time to mentor people one-on-one, document ideas and patterns to create a shared understanding of the architecture. You presented concepts to folks during lunch and learns or tech talks. You're helping to level up the people that you work with every day. Now, this is a fantastic foundation to work from. However, as you transition to a team leadership role, you'll find that your day to day is less focused on those outcomes and more focused on helping create an environment where the team can accomplish those outcomes. So instead of focusing on how to clean up the design to make the code easier to change, you may be spending time partnering with a product partner in crime, making sure that the team has a clear understanding of the work that needs to be accomplished over the next couple of weeks. Learning is still critically important, but the topics may expand to include team facilitation, planning, forecasting, hiring. And while you still invest time mentoring the folks on the team, you're also spending time creating communities of practice in the company so that people can learn the things that they need, even if you don't have the specific expertise to teach them. Your focus starts to expand to other areas as well. On the people side, how do you develop people on the team and help them realize their career goals? How do you find, attract, and retain the people your team needs to succeed? When you have these people, you're trying to understand the best way for them to work together. There are many different ways teams can successfully develop software. We've all heard about Kanban, Scrum, XP, Roop, Waterfall, the list goes on. Understanding the right processes for the team to use and how to optimize the process the team is using is a key responsibility of the engineering manager role. Great people and process is important. However, a high performance team will accomplish more than a talented group of individuals. You're going to be focused on how to help your team through its Tuckman stages: forming, storming, norming, and eventually performing. To do this, you'll invest time helping your team focused on the highest impact work and to create a shared understanding of why it's important and why the timeline everyone's talking about matters to them. This will include team members with different levels of experience, different skills, and different goals. Helping them come together to perform at a high level requires a dedicated effort, and it's a skill that requires lots of practice. Having that shared understanding on the team will enable you to help guide decisions on trade-offs that they need to make. Do we have enough confidence that if something goes wrong in production, we can detect and correct it? Is now the right time to build a scalable solution, or should we focus on getting something to market quickly to solve this problem for our clients now? Engineering managers excel at enabling the team to reach a decision.
Oh, Carl, I think we lost your slides there, mate. I think you maybe I'm just going to focus the screen back to yourself there. If you want to maybe I'll unfocus it and maybe jump back to the screen share there. There we go.
Now?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, we can see it now. Very good.
All right, perfect. So now with that context, two pieces of advice I'd like to offer that apply when you're navigating your career journey. First, make sure that you have the outcome in mind. It's a lot easier to get lucky and move into the perfect role for you if you know what that role is like. And make sure that you're always looking for feedback. The sooner you start collecting feedback, the sooner you'll know if this is the right career path for you. Now, this feedback can take many forms. It could be direct feedback from managers, peers, team members. It can be experiential feedback, where you look at the things that you did and decide how well they worked. It could be emotional feedback. Do you enjoy doing this type of work, or does it hurt? Now, with this advice in mind, how can you find out if engineering manager is the right next step for you to take in your career? There are several things that you can do tomorrow without requiring anyone's permission whatsoever. A couple off the top of my head. Instead of owning the most interesting technical challenge this week, encourage another member of the team to take it on instead, and then focus on supporting them to successfully ship. Or try setting up a lunch and learn for a topic that you and the team would love to learn more about. But instead of being the technical expert that teaches everyone, find someone who's able to teach that and focus on making the event come off or successfully. Trying out things like this will give you some valuable experiential feedback. If you find it rewarding, helping people to ship, learn, and teach, you might want to explore engineering manager further. So now, if your organization is anything like HomeStars, there are plenty of opportunities for you to help make your manager's life easier and learn more about what their job is like. Take the chance to contribute beyond your role, or and make sure you don't limit yourself to your job description. Take the initiative to make life better for you and the team. This can take many forms as well. Help the team reach a new working agreement during a retrospective. Introduce a user story from the perspective of a person on call to make sure that they can detect problems quickly. Help the team reach its current objectives before starting on a brand new one that's more interesting to work on. And many of your managers likely have more than enough work to juggle and would welcome all the help you could offer. I'd encourage you to try volunteer to screen resumes or to become an onboarding buddy for the new intern on the team. Offer to help coordinate work with that has dependencies with the teams that they are reliant on. That will free up your manager to be able to focus on helping you and providing feedback, as well as save them time. Okay. Now you've been listening to me talk for a while. If you remember anything from this conversation, please remember this. There are many opportunities to experience what it's like to be an engineering manager that don't require the official title. Taking advantage of these opportunities will give you the feedback you need to grow into a leadership role. And we need more people focused on enabling engineering teams to be successful. So I'd like to encourage you to explore this interest further. If you'd like to talk more about what it's like to lead a team, I'm always happy to chat. Feel free to reach out. Thank you very much. And any questions?
Yeah, it looks like we've got a couple of questions here as well. Let's jump to our first question. Is from Zishan as well. Nice to see you again in the Q&A, mate, and looking forward to your content tonight. Zishan has asked, what's the best way to get honest feedback from engineers on a team which you manage?
For me, honest feedback comes with when you have a rapport, a trust, the relationship's established, and there's a psychological safety on the team so that it is safe for folks to offer that honest feedback. Ways that you can help create that environment start with first being open and accepting to feedback so that folks are aware that you are looking for it. It's being mindful of your response reaction to feedback, and it also includes demonstrating that you've taken it to heart and you start to apply it. And if you do those things on a regular basis, more feedback will follow.
Awesome. Yeah, no, really great question. As soon as I heard that question, I thought trust, and you hit the nail on the head there. I think you have to have a trust and a rapport with your team to say, hey, what can I do better? Oh, well, here's a list of things, Adam. We've actually been writing them down. Like, okay, I'll work on it, guys. Alrighty. Question number 2 for you there, Carl, is from Quinton. Quinton has asked, is the performance criteria as an engineering manager more subjective than an IC?
So I'm hesitating with that answer. I think a lot is context sensitive again. You can have IC contributions that are subjective or that are very concrete. I would view it the same way for an engineering manager. You can create binary objectives that they either achieve or they don't. You can set up scaling objectives that matter to the organization. So that applies across both individual contributor roles as well as engineering management roles.